Ethan stepped into the shuttle, feeling the hum of advanced technology beneath his feet. The interior was sleek and bright, far beyond anything he had ever seen on the colony. Panels glowed softly, showing information he couldn't read, yet he felt a sense of order and purpose in every movement of the ship. Lyra and Sarah guided him toward the cabin at the front, walking with confidence and ease. "Where are we going?" Ethan asked, trying to mask the mixture of fear and excitement in his voice. "To the Starship," Lyra replied. "You need to see everything for yourself." The shuttle lifted smoothly, ascending into the dark sky. The colony below shrank rapidly, the red rocks and scattered settlements now mere dots. Ethan gazed out, his mind spinning. 12 years ago, these girls had been helpless orphans, frightened and cold. Now they commanded advanced technology and moved with authority. The shuttle docked with the massive Starship, and Ethan felt the ship's energy pulse through his body as he stepped onto the deck. The corridors were wide and bright, lined with panels that seemed to respond to his presence. Crew members of various alien species passed by, moving with precision and purpose, yet all paused briefly to acknowledge him. It was clear this ship operated on order, respect, and discipline. Lyra led him to a central chamber, vast and open, with a platform that looked like a throne at its center. On either side, tall windows revealed the endless expanse of space, stars twinkling like diamonds. The girls gestured for Ethan to approach. "Sit," Lyra said. Ethan obeyed, feeling strangely nervous. He had never been in a place like this before. "We want you to understand why we are here," Sarah began. "When we were children, we were weak, scared, and alone. You saved us. You protected us, taught us, and showed us kindness when no one else would. That act shaped everything we became. Today we are leaders, and we are here because of you." Ethan blinked, overwhelmed. I just did what I thought was right," he said quietly. "I never expected anything in return." Lyra's eyes softened. "That is why you are worthy. In our culture, we value strength, intelligence, yes, but most importantly, compassion. You have all three. Humans have a quality that others often underestimate. Your willingness to act without reward, to help others without fear. That is why you are here now." Ethan's heart pounded. He had always believed humans were ordinary, struggling for survival in the galaxy. Yet these alien princesses spoke of his actions as if they had the power to influence entire worlds. Sarah smiled gently. "We have a proposition for you. You can choose to remain on your colony, continue your work quietly, or you can join us. Become part of something greater. Help shape the future, not just for humans, but for countless civilizations." The weight of her words pressed on him. He had never sought glory or power, but the opportunity to make a difference, to use his skills to help more than a few people. It was tempting. I don't know if I'm worthy," he admitted. "You are," Lyra said firmly. "Come with us, Ethan. We will guide you, protect you, and help you fulfill a purpose only you can serve. This is not a reward. It is a recognition of what humans can do when they act with courage and heart." Ethan took a deep breath. The images of his quiet colony, the friends he had helped, and the girls he had once sheltered flashed in his mind. He remembered the fear in their eyes, the way they had clung to him and how helpless they had seemed. And now, seeing them as leaders, he realized that simple acts of kindness could ripple across the galaxy in ways he had never imagined. I will come with you," he said finally, his voice steady. "If it means helping others, if it means making a difference, then I will." Lyra and Sarah smiled, their expressions radiant with relief and pride. They led him to the ship's command center, where he was introduced to advanced systems, alien technologies, and protocols far beyond human understanding. The crew trained him patiently, explaining systems, navigation, and strategies. He absorbed everything quickly, relying on his engineering knowledge, intuition, and problem-solving skills. Days passed, and Ethan's confidence grew. He learned to operate advanced Starship systems, communicate across species, and make decisions that could affect entire fleets. Yet, despite the complexity, he never lost his humility. He remembered the lessons he had learned while caring for Lyra and Sarah: patience, courage, and compassion. These were the traits that set humans apart, and even in a galaxy full of advanced civilizations, they were rare and invaluable. One day, as the ship traveled between star systems, an alert sounded. An unregistered vessel had approached the outer rim of a nearby colony, its intentions unknown. Lyra and Sarah looked at Ethan. "This is your chance," Lyra said. "Show them what humans can do," Ethan nodded. He had never commanded a ship before, never led a mission, but he trusted his instincts. Using both his human ingenuity and the ship's advanced systems, he guided the crew to intercept the vessel. Through strategy, quick thinking, and precise action, they managed to communicate with the intruders, revealing them to be smugglers attempting to escape detection. The situation was resolved without conflict, earning respect from both the alien crew and human observers. "That was incredible," Sarah said afterward. "You acted with bravery, intelligence, and care. Exactly what we hoped you would." Ethan felt a quiet pride. He had acted not for recognition, not for reward, but because it was the right thing to do. And now, in this moment, he saw how humanity's qualities, courage, empathy, and resourcefulness could truly make a difference in the galaxy. Weeks turned into months, and Ethan became an integral part of the Starship's operations. He worked alongside aliens from various civilizations, forming bonds, exchanging knowledge, and solving problems. He was still human, still modest, but his presence carried weight. People listened when he spoke, and they trusted his judgment. One evening, as the ship orbited a vibrant planet, Ethan stood at the observation deck, looking out at the swirling blue and green below. Lyra joined him quietly. "You've come a long way," she said softly. "Do you ever miss the colony?" Ethan smiled faintly. "Sometimes, but I know I made the right choice. I never imagined my life could be like this. And it's not just for me, it's for all the people I can help now." Lyra nodded. "You've shown the galaxy what humans can be. Not just clever or strong, but capable of real kindness, real courage. That is why we brought you here. That is why you matter." Ethan felt a warmth in his chest, a deep sense of purpose he had never known before. He realized that his life, which had seemed small and ordinary, had become extraordinary through simple acts of compassion. The orphaned girls he had once helped had grown into powerful leaders, and now, together, they were shaping the galaxy for the better. The ship's alarms sounded softly, indicating a routine course adjustment. Ethan moved to assist, feeling at home among the alien technology. He guided the adjustments, communicated with the crew, and ensured the systems operated perfectly. For the first time, he understood the true reach of human potential. Humans were adaptable, intelligent, and, above all, compassionate. That compassion, combined with courage and creativity, could ripple across the stars. As the Starship left orbit and soared into deep space, Ethan felt a mixture of excitement and serenity. He had started as a simple engineer on a lonely colony, but now he was part of a galaxy-spanning mission, helping civilizations, guiding decisions, and showing the best of humanity. Lyra and Sarah stood beside him, not as children in need, but as allies, leaders, and friends. Together, they were proof that one human's courage and kindness could change the fate of many. And as stars streaked past the observation deck, Ethan knew this was only the beginning. The galaxy was vast, full of challenges, wonders, and mysteries. Yet he faced it with the same principles that had guided him all his life: empathy, bravery, and unwavering determination. Humanity had given him the tools to endure, to act, and to inspire, and he would use them to make the universe a better place. In that moment, he understood a profound truth. Heroism was not about power, glory, or titles. It was about making a difference, no matter how small it seemed at first. And sometimes those small acts could echo across the stars, shaping destinies, building futures, and proving that humans, ordinary, flawed, and compassionate, could achieve greatness beyond imagination. Ethan looked out once more at the endless expanse of space, a quiet smile on his face. The Starship carried him forward, Lyra and Sarah at his side, and the galaxy ahead seemed full of promise. For the first time, he felt that his life's journey had found its true purpose, and with it, the universe would never be the same again. The scrapyard stretched endlessly under the orange glow of the twin suns. Rusted starships leaned against one another. Broken engines hissed faintly, and twisted metal lay scattered like bones in a graveyard. The air smelled of oil, burnt circuits, and something older, something forgotten. Amidst the piles of scrap, a faint movement caught Aaron's eye. He squinted, adjusting the visor on his helmet. Something, or someone, was there. At first, he thought it might be one of the local scavenger gangs playing a trick. But as he moved closer, he saw a small, pale figure curled against a pile of broken panels. She was an alien girl, maybe 12 cycles old with smooth violet skin and large glimmering eyes. Her legs were twisted unnaturally beneath her, and she did not move when he called out. She was paralyzed. Aaron crouched, keeping his hands open to show he meant no harm. "Hey there," he said softly, his voice calm. "I won't hurt you. Are you okay?" The girl blinked, her eyes filled with fear. "Don't touch me," she whispered, her voice weak. I'm nothing," Aaron frowned. "Nothing? Don't say that. You're alive." That's something. She flinched but did not respond. He could see the faint tremor in her hands and the way her chest rose and fell rapidly. She was cold and alone, abandoned. "Who left you here?" he asked gently. She looked away, ashamed. "My family, they don't want me. They said I'm weak, I'm broken." Aaron's stomach tightened. He had seen humans abandon each other, even on harsh worlds, but something about this struck him differently. This girl left to rot in a scrapyard with no one to care deserved better. He could not walk away. "Hey," he said, kneeling closer. "I'm Aaron. You're not broken. You're alive. That counts for something. I can help you move. You won't have to stay here alone." She shook her head. "No, nobody helps me. Everybody leaves." Aaron hesitated, then smiled gently. "Maybe everyone else left, but not me. I don't walk away from people in need." Something in her eyes shifted. A spark of curiosity, maybe even hope. She looked at him, her lips trembling. You really mean that?" "I mean it," he said firmly. "I don't care if your family abandoned you. I don't care if the rest of the scrapyard thinks you're worthless. I see you, and I'll help." For a long moment, she just stared. Then slowly, she nodded. "Okay, I'll try." Aaron smiled and began examining the broken pieces around them. He scavenged old hover platforms, damaged metal frames, and worn servos. Using parts from a collapsed Starship, he worked tirelessly, welding, connecting, and testing. Hours passed, the suns dipping lower, painting the scrapyard in streaks of gold and red. Finally, he attached a simple wheeled frame to support her legs, connecting it to a lightweight exosuit. It wasn't perfect, but it would give her some mobility. "Here," he said, helping her into it. "Try it," Lyra hesitated. Her hands trembled as she grasped the frame. The first attempt made her sway and topple slightly, but Aaron steadied her. "Take your time," he encouraged. "One step at a time. You've got this." Her eyes watered, not from pain, but from something deeper. She had never had someone believe in her like this. Slowly, she pushed forward, her makeshift wheels squeaking against the scrap-strewn ground. I can move," she whispered, astonished. "Yes, you can," Aaron said. "And we're not stopping here. You'll be able to go wherever you want." For the first time in cycles, Lyra laughed, a small, shaky sound, but it was there. Aaron grinned, feeling a warmth he hadn't realized he'd missed. This was why he traveled the stars, why he risked himself on desolate worlds. Moments like this made everything worth it. As night fell, the scrapyard's dangers became more apparent. Shadows moved between the wrecks, scavengers, alien gangs, and curious creatures drawn to activity. Aaron kept a careful watch, using scrap to make barriers and alarms. He had learned long ago that survival depended not just on strength, but on cleverness and preparation. Lyra watched him, awe in her eyes. You really do all this?" "For me?" she asked. "I do it for anyone who needs help," Aaron said simply. "I don't leave people behind. That's a human thing, maybe something bigger than just survival." Her lips trembled into a smile. "Oh, I never thought anyone would care." "Not my family, not anyone?" "You're not them," Aaron said, "and you don't have to let their cruelty define you." For the next day, Aaron and Lyra worked together. She learned to maneuver her wheeled frame with more confidence. He showed her how to repair small devices, how to recognize which metal parts could be reused, and how to defend herself in simple ways. They laughed, shared stories, and slowly a fragile trust grew between them. But trouble was never far away. Rumors spread quickly among the scrapyard's inhabitants. Word reached a gang of scavengers that a human was helping a worthless alien girl. Some saw an opportunity to exploit her, others were annoyed by Aaron's interference. Tensions grew as the gangs debated whether to intervene. One evening, as the sun set, painting the scrapyard in fiery hues, Lyra's past came back to her in a flash. Her family's clan, cruel, proud, and unrelenting, was approaching. They had heard of her survival and the human helping her. Their intentions were clear: reclaim her, punish her, or worse. Lyra froze, panic gripping her chest. "Aaron, they They're here, she whispered. Erin's jaw tightened. We'll handle them. You trust me? She nodded, her hands gripping the frame tightly. I trust you. Erin surveyed the scrapyard. He knew brute force alone would not work. They were outnumbered. But he had ideas, traps, diversions, clever use of the environment. We're going to make them think twice, he said. Stay close, follow my lead, and remember, you're stronger than you think. The clan arrived, their ships rattling, engines spitting sparks as they touched down on the uneven metal. They laughed, mocking her, calling her weak and useless. But Erin stood tall. She's not yours to control, he shouted. And she's not weak. You've underestimated her and you'll regret it. Some clan members laughed, some sneered, and a few young ones hesitated. They had always followed tradition, always obeyed the harsh rules, but this human was different. He spoke with confidence, courage, and a strange kind of authority. Lyra, though scared, felt a surge of courage herself. Using the mobility device, she moved forward, positioning herself strategically behind makeshift cover Erin had prepared. For the first time, she felt not like a burden, but like someone who could matter. Erin watched her carefully, guiding her. That's it, keep low. Wait for my signal. The first few seconds of confrontation were tense. Words were exchanged, threats made, and the clan tested their boundaries. Then Erin triggered the first trap. A makeshift barricade swung into the path of the nearest attackers, knocking them back with a clang of metal. Lyra moved quickly, her wheels carrying her safely through narrow passages while the attackers stumbled. Confused by the sudden defense, by nightfall, Erin and Lyra had proven they could defend themselves, but they knew this was only the beginning. Her family would not give up easily. Lyra realized that her life, which once seemed doomed, now held promise. For the first time, she felt hope. Not the fragile kind she had clung to in secret, but real, tangible hope, born from the human beside her. Erin glanced at her, his expression serious but kind. You see, you're stronger than they ever believed. And I'm not walking away. Not now, not ever. Lyra looked up at him, tears forming in her eyes. But this time they were not of fear. They were of gratitude, relief, and a budding trust that she had never known. Together, they watched the suns dip below the scrapyard, shadows stretching long across the metal heaps. Tomorrow would bring challenges, but for now, in this strange, harsh world, a human had refused to walk away, and an alien girl had finally found someone who believed in her. And that belief, that small spark, would be enough to change everything.